we all know where everybody is, so just fire away.
Kai, it seemed frustration kind of set in early for you guys. They were seemingly making everything they could. Defensively, you guys weren't getting rebounds. Just what was it about the team that really, IUPUI, that really threw you off base?
I don't know, just for whatever reason, I think we came out a little flat. Didn't have too much energy, and if we don't go against the zone like that, it's tough for us to simulate that in practice and get used to it. And that really caused us a lot of problems. We were too loose with the ball, had too many turnovers, and just the whole playing against their zone was pretty tough. It was pretty tough for us tonight.
Clint, are those guys in some ways a tougher matchup for you than anybody else in the league, just because they're so long and so athletic, and they're maybe more team-oriented, I guess, than some of the other kind of top?
Yeah, they're very athletic, just top and bottom, every position. Yeah, they're a tough guard, and they showed it tonight. They really get to the rim a lot. Got to keep them off the free throw line. We just couldn't do that tonight.
Can I just talk about their inside post presence today? It seemed they really made their living hitting those easy layups and jump shots down low. What was it about their size that maybe threw you guys at the disadvantage tonight?
Well, we couldn't guard off penetration, and that caused the other guys to step and help, and then easy duck-ins, and then they started getting us spread out, which was giving their post players too much room, and just with their athleticism, I mean, we have to pack it in and force them to beat us from the outside, but they were getting everything they wanted, so it was pretty tough for us tonight.
Kai, you guys have kind of shied away this year from moral victories or feeling good about anything other than a win, but do you feel like there are some positives tonight? You guys showed some toughness against a team that, is really good, and you feel decent about this going forward now?
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's not as many positives to take away from this game, but just like in every game, there's positives and negatives to take away. So, I mean, we did play with a little bit of toughness for stretches and stuff like that, but yeah, there's really nothing we can do now. We just have to move on forward, prepare for our next game, and not really beat ourselves up too much over this, because we still have life left. So.
Clint, I guess, what was it that that Kai saw that maybe you felt helped you guys come out flat today? Obviously, it just seems like the effort maybe wasn't there at times like it has been early. What was it maybe effort-wise that you kind of sense was lacking?
I think you have to give some of that credit to them. Just being stagnant on offense because of their zone, and then they just defensively we were flat. I don't know what that was. Maybe because we were so bad offensively that went over to the defense. But I think you have to give that credit to them.
Mark, you guys moved up 3 spots from last year in the conference standings. What are your thoughts on finishing up at 4th, and just how that affects, I guess, the feeling going into the tournament? That, on paper you should be favored to win at least one game instead of having to pull off a bunch of upsets.
That's true. It's nice to be seated higher, but at the same time, though, we still gotta win 3 games to get there. So it's gonna be a battle. Win 3 games in a row to play IPFW team we split, but we're from there, so it's still gonna be a battle for us.
Kai, your thoughts on the last game of Frost? Was it emotional at all?
Yeah, a little bit. Definitely was. I mean, being out there with my parents and having them, kind of crying and all that was pretty emotional. But yeah, I mean, I'm not an overly emotional guy, but definitely, this last game, even though it's a loss, I'll still have memories from it, and it'll still mean a lot to me.
Kai, I guess, talk about what Mr. Young did offensively. It just seems no one was able to put a body on him and stop him. He was 11 for 17 from the field, 28 points, 10 rebounds. It's not often that someone puts up those kind of numbers at home against you guys.
Yeah, he's a really tough matchup on the wing, and then we tried throwing their ball screens, forcing them baseline, and that caused us problems. And then switching off onto him also caused us problems because we were getting our bigs off on him. So yeah, he's a really tough matchup. He's been super aggressive as of lately, and he's kind of has it going. So it was a load for us to stop.
Mark, we get a comment from you on senior night? Emotions, all that.
Well, been a good ride. This place here, Foster Arena, it's been a great place to play in for the last 4 or 5 years, and definitely miss it. So fans, tough to beat. You go a lot of places on the road, and you can play in front of hundreds, and lucky if you get a couple of thousand, but play in front of a crowd like that, majority of the nights, it's tough to beat.
Thank you. Anything else? Appreciate your time, gentlemen.